Hello, guys! Let's set this party on fire. How's it going, guys? Welcome, 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 welcome. We are talking branding today. Who's excited? Say hello if you're on so I can see. Tracy, how are you? Are you guys ready for some Bruno? Roberta, I see what's going on, girls. Marie. I'm wearing Cuban links, designer mix, Inglewood's finest shoes. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. Know to get the color red, the blues. All right, guys, cool. Welcome, welcome. I know people are still piling on. So Bonnie, welcome. I believe this is Bonnie's first webinar. So thanks for tuning in, Maureen. All right, so let's talk branding. I asked a question the other day. Why don't you maybe put some stuff while we're waiting for people to come on of like questions you have about branding, the things that keep you stuck with figuring out your brand, because we're gonna I'm gonna like break it down simple for you guys to really have an idea when you get off this webinar of what you need to focus on, because I think branding really people think too much about branding and not about just really knowing who you are. If you have a very clear idea of who you are, then you'll know what your brand is and you can go out there and crush it. So go ahead and if you have any questions, definitely, if you're just hopping on, say hello. And what's up, Stephanie? So definitely just put in, any thoughts, any questions, anything that you see maybe on, out and about on social media that you notice that you're unsure of, or just any food for thought, whatever you want to put down. So we have something to go off of. And I'm gonna open up my brand builder for you, girl. I'm sure a lot of you probably have already seen it, but I want to really go through it with you and break it down for you as well. I'm actually teaching. Oh, there's Bruno right there. Look at that. I'm actually teaching an 8-hour class on branding next month. So it's gonna be kind of crazy. Never taught for 8 hours. I'm actually teaching in a classroom setting, and we're talking branding, graphic marketing, things like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we're just gonna, today I pulled up I'm pulling up Brand Builder right now, and I'll send this to you. I'll post it so you girls have it, you ladies and gentlemen. I can't just say ladies, right? Let me grab this. I'm just gonna put it, I always try to make a button on this thing. Let me try to make a button. I'm gonna turn this on, and then I'm gonna make a button. Nope, that's not the button I wanted to create. Here we go. HTTP. /brand builder. Now I'm turning it on. Let me know if you see a button. Hey, Kathy. Woo woo. Does anybody want to come on with me and be part of my, I don't know, peanut gallery, whatever you want to call it? Anybody want to come on and just kind of, bounce off of me? I like not feeling like I'm just, speaking to silence. I like having other people interact. So if any of you want to come on and talk about it, so, talk about your specific brand so we can have an example to show people, that's fine too. And if he's feeding 3 kids, oh my goodness, you girls are all multitasking. Kathy's at work sneaking. I love it. Okay. So Stephanie says, my struggle is trying to brand myself in my product, MLM, my personal passions, etc., but incorporating the marketing side of things. And Stephanie says she has bedhead. You girls, goodness gracious. Well, I'm not going to lie, I got ready today. So, okay, so your struggle is trying to brand yourself in your product MLM, your personal passions. So a lot of times people struggle with this idea of multiple streams of income, which we'll talk about. Your brand is basically just knowing you're not just trying to figure out a brand. Like Nike's a brand, okay? They sell athletic sporting equipment and shoes and clothes and apparel and all that stuff. L'Oreal is a brand that sells makeup. But you're a personal brand. So it's a lot different than just developing a brand and having a cool logo and having a catchphrase and a mission statement. It's like, that's for like corporate world to me. Like I know a lot of people who stress about mission statements, and a lot of times people are developing these mission statements and these taglines before they are really crystal clear on what their message truly even is. They just feel like they have to have one. And so then they're pigeonholing themselves into that specific tagline that they created, because they're like, well, that's what my mission statement is. That's what my tagline says I do. So then they feel they have to follow that, and then they get stuck. So I don't like to create all that, because I'm just me. Like people will know, and when they go to my timeline, they have a very crystal clear idea of what it is I do. They know that I'm a mom. They know that I sing. They know that now, as of yesterday, I don't know if all of you saw yesterday, I shared another part of my story that I have yet to share, that I am a type 2 diabetic. And that's something that came about December of this past year. And, because of that, things are changing in my brand, because there's something that has changed in my life. So now you're going to start seeing more things. Like I now have a vested personal interest in health. I really didn't before. I like eating everything, okay? And I of course, everybody likes eating everything, but I really just have never been a health conscious person. My husband's in the kitchen right now making one of those nasty shakes full of veggies and beets and turmeric and all kinds of stuff. Like you can ask them all. I don't try it. I don't want to try it. Like I'm just not. I need to enjoy what I am consuming, but I get that it needs to be healthy. So because of that, like I've been in the past, I've been in network marketing companies that are health and wellness, and that they're meal replacements and shakes and all this stuff. I did it again. I was involved in that when I had baby weight to lose. I lost 35 pounds after having my son using that particular thing. Now this time around, I really need a true lifestyle change. I don't want meal replacements. I don't want a quick fix. I need a full-on lifestyle change because I am a diabetic. So things are different. The company that I've partnered with and that I'm working with is a completely different program, and it allows me to still eat food. And so you have to realize, like, when things change in your life, you may be able to monetize the situation. You may have a new message to share with people. You're going to have lots of messages, lots of stories. If you're, if you're going to school, if you're a mom, if you work, there's all these different things you can, sorry, my nose is itching. There's all these things that you can share about your life and to inspire people. I didn't share my story yesterday to make people feel bad for me. I shared it to uplift and encourage people that, hey, if you're going through this too, I'm going through a healthy lifestyle change. If you want to join me, let me know, because I'll show you what it is I'm doing, and we can do it together. And if you want to make money, we can do that too, right? Because I'm doing both, but not everybody wants to. Some people just want to lose weight. Some people want to make money. Some people want to do both. I don't know. So, but people will tell me, I just put it out there and let people know this is a new change happening. And when that kind of stuff happens to you, how many of you have yet to really share your story? Of who you are, what you represent, what you're passionate about. Those things are what make up your brand. Whatever company you're in, really think about, are you truly, like, is it a true passion? Because trust me, I've been a part of companies and I'm like, I don't really love this. Like, I love makeup. I love doing makeup, and I half the time I'm throwing it on my face really fast, but there's times where I'm like, ooh, I just want to like really get my makeup looking good, right? But I'm not a makeup, like, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to promote it. I had a company recently, want me to do that. And I tried. I'm just like, I'm not a direct salesperson. Like, I just can't. I don't know. I love it, but it's not something I'm passionate about, like sharing as a message, right? Doesn't mean like I won't do it, or maybe if I come across a good product that just blows my mind, I won't tell people about it, but it's not like a main thing that I love. Kathy, for example, I know that she is very passionate about veterans. She talks about that a lot. She's also very religious, and you know, when it comes to religion, I know it's always tricky. I'm definitely a believer, and that was another thing that I struggled with. I was thinking, okay, and I don't mean to talk all about me, but I want to give you guys examples, by the way. So recently I was thinking, okay, how can I bring ministry more into my business without really scaring people off and thinking, oh my gosh, she's like a Bible thumper and she's going to preach to me. And like, I don't, you know, I want to put it out there and put my ministry out there, but in a way that resonates with people. So I decided I was going to go into the e-commerce world and start actually targeting people who want to know about that stuff. And I'm creating a fan page for it. And I'm going to be selling products that are geared towards that niche, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can monetize the things that you love, the passions that you have. You know, I saw a girl earlier today, one of my friends, she's in beauty, and she always talks about beauty, and it's like all leather and lashes. She loves leather and lashes. And I was going to message her today before my keyboard died, because I have to actually charge it. And say, hey girl, you should think about opening up a leather store, like a e-com store, you know, because I'm helping people build out these stores in the next 90 days for people that want to just sell whatever they love. And, so, you know, think about the things. If you love dogs, if you love, like, name some things that you love, like, just not thinking about the money, not thinking about it as a business, but just things that you legitimately love. And I've done this several times before, and I'll do it again. I like doing a brainstorm, little brain bubbly, what are they called? They're like those little brainstorm things we used to do in school. Here, let me grab a piece of paper. I'm taking it out of my Diane Hoffman book. Okay, so fashion, cooking, dogs, skincare, exercise, travel, animal. Okay, so cooking, exercise, yeah, I mean, you like so much stuff. So you could, I mean, really think about, like, first of all, think about, like, whatever niche you're in, like whatever company you're with, does that, like, whether if it's a network marketing, more than likely, you know, in network marketing, does your company relate to any of those things, right? Because if so, then you have a way to monetize something you're passionate about, which is really good. But there's other, you know, I don't encourage like multiple network marketing companies. There's lots of other ways to make money online. I really think you should plant your flag at one and really build it. And then, you know, incorporate things like affiliate products or e-commerce. And, you know, there's other ways, you know, JV Zoo, there's products you can sell there. There's all kinds of different ways you can do that. That's awesome, Bonnie. Yeah, you want to create a shop for it. So, for example, Steph, say you're in health and wellness. You know, so you'll be able to talk and educate people on the things that you know, because if you're in a health and wellness company, you should probably educate yourself on health and wellness so that way you can go educate people, right? Me being in this situation with my health, I have to change my diet. I love to bake. Okay, I've been I don't bake recently, but I used to love to bake. And you know, now if I want to, I have to really think of some new, like the things that I'll post about baking can't be what I used to post. It has to be, you know, more healthy because that's the lifestyle I have to live now. So you kind of change, you know, your brand evolves with your life. You know, my mentor always says, when you make your lifestyle your business and your business your lifestyle, things are going to change. And a lot of times people are trying to separate the two, and it really is all one. And it's funny because I started posting videos of me singing, and I felt so weird about it. And everybody, you know, a couple of friends were giving me a hard time. You need to sing more. You need to post more songs. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like if I, if I post it, it's just everybody just comments and says, you're amazing, and all these, and I feel like it's just, I'm not trying to get that kind of attention, but I know it entertains people. So it was just kind of this, but here's the deal. Those videos will get way more engagement than anything else that I post, because music is universal and people love it. And the more people liking and commenting and sharing your stuff, the more eyeballs are going to see who you are, and the more people are going to friend request you, the more people you have to start conversations with, and the more people you get to build rapport with by going back to their wall and connecting with them. And the more they're going to see your next posts show up in their news feed, right? So that's okay, Bonnie. You don't have to sing. Yes, Maureen, I talked about that. Did you watch my live yesterday? Because I talked about that. I talked about thinking of things that you may be a victim of and how you can rise and be a victor. Because there's two scenarios. With my situation, I could curl up into a ball. It's funny, Maureen, that you said that, because I talked about this yesterday. You can curl up into a ball and become a victim of your circumstances, or you can be the one to rise up and become the victor and inspire others going through your same thing. Yesterday's video was all about your mess being your message, sharing it in a way that's not messy. You don't want to go on there looking a hot mess, being a hot mess. Like, compose yourself, absorb the information, and really figure out a solution, and then go share your story. But you have two options. I did not want to curl up and just become a victim of diabetes, because it's so, like everybody says, it's so easy to kick. It's so easy to reverse with just changing your lifestyle. And I need to do that, not only for my sake, but for my family's sake, for my son, he's very hyperactive. So I know changing his diet would help him probably mellow out a little bit. So this is what I want to show you. So think about, like, grab a piece of paper, turn it sideways, and in the middle, you're just going to put a circle, and you're going to put your me. Like, this is me. What do you love, right? So I'm going to draw little bubbles and just start filling in, like, okay, here's one little bubble. I sing, right? I'm a mom. I am now, lifestyle, health, wellness savvy. Like, that's a new thing. That's a new bubble. This is a new bubble I have to add, right? And my life is changing. So what can I do to make good out of this situation? And can I monetize it? Yes, I can, right? So, so do this exercise where you just start writing out the things that you are. You are an entrepreneur, you are a network marketer, you love affiliate. For me, I'm an affiliate marketer. I'm a I do consulting and coaching. I do, I love organization. How many green personalities do we have on this webinar, right? I love organization. So because I love it, I teach it, I share it, I give people, checklists and guides. And, I just created a brand new one for all of my consultants and the people that I work with. I have a group coaching called Turn Passion to Profit, and they don't know this yet, but I just created a video yesterday that I'm posting today on, on how to build your audience. And I gave them a checklist. I gave them a checklist of everything that they should be doing on a daily basis, because I like organization. That's just my thing. I'm also, and I'm talking about me just to help you guys think of, like, how I lay this out. Okay. I'm into graphic design, and I've actually been designing some people's graphics. This is not something I've really gone public with because I haven't had a ton of time, but I've had a couple of people approach me and say, hey, I need this, that, and I've been creating their ad pictures, and I'm actually creating an ebook for my buddy Brian Fryer. So if you're good at, like, think of the things that you're good at. Like, what are you good at? What skill sets do you have, and how can we monetize them? Right? How can you go out there and share it with people? Because I am good at graphics, I created a course, Graphic Marketing Intensive. It's not done yet because my house got torn apart, but I'm almost done with it. And you know, I wanted to show people how to get their brand imaging looking good, looking appealing, looking like people will pay attention to you, and learning how to edit up your videos, learning how to create posts and write in a way that people are like, yes, oh my gosh, I feel like you're talking to me, right? So think of, just write down all the things that you're good at. You know, what are your skill sets? And, you know, I was talking to a girl the other day. She is a virtual assistant. You know, she likes doing, she's also, you know, very tech savvy. If you have technical skills, you have no idea how much you can monetize that, because there's so many people who are not techie. So you can take those skills and build people funnels, you know, build out, you know how many people don't want to build funnels, but they want a funnel? Like, go learn how to build out a funnel, right? For me, because I'm techie, something like e-commerce and building out Shopify stores appeals to me, because I feel like I'm capable of doing it. And then I can go out there and build stores for other people. I could monetize that, right? So Tracy says, I do love designing and was wondering how I can incorporate this into making money. Tech background here. Donna, yeah, you do have a tech background. So just think of all of your skill sets. You first have to think of what you're really, really passionate about, what you're really, really good at, and then start. I have a journal. I have lots of journals. I have this journal. I have this journal. I have this really big journal. I mean, I have this planner. I actually just ordered, I have Shalene's push journals. I don't know if they're my style. I actually just ordered the High Achievers Playbook. I swear, I have these journals. Okay, I'm like, I have a serious problem. I know I do. But they all, like, these are my goals. Like, I keep everything separate. And I just, you know, I hate that I used to just write everything in one journal. Then I was like, well, where did I write that? Like, which section? And it was just all over the place. So now, you know, this is my goals. I have one, I think it's this one. Yeah, Boss Lady. Okay, these are like 3 packs at Target, by the way, which I wish I would have just used these all along, because they're really thin and, like, you never fill up a huge fat binder of anything. So, yeah. So what I did with this one, though, I started writing out the stuff about my brand, who I am, like reflecting on yourself in this journal. Who am I? What am I good at? And then once you get it on paper, like, I'm a mom, right? So I wrote down I'm a mom. What can I share about that? Like parenting, I wrote down parenting tips, work from home tips, keeping the kids entertained while you're working. Like, moms want to know how to do that. People ask me all the time, Jen, how do you do all this stuff? Like, how do you keep your kids entertained? Well, sometimes they drive me crazy. Sometimes, like, I don't know, maybe I should come up with some tips about it, right? And do a video, do some content. You know, meal prepping, because who has time to cook dinner all the time? Like, not me. So, meal prepping stuff would be a good parenting mompreneur type thing, right? Something I use called the Pomodoro technique, where you do 15, you can watch I did a blog post, just go to my website, you can watch the Pomodoro technique, but it's basically just doing 15-minute daily actions where you just do something for 15 minutes at a time. So that way you can break away, come back, do something else for 15 minutes. It's really cool. How to eliminate guilt. You know, that's like, think of the things. You're a mom. What are the things that you think about, that you struggle with, that you think, man, I need to figure out how to do this, or this is really, really hard. Go find out the answer. Like, go find the solution. Like, how can I schedule my time better? How could I have time for my kids, not feel guilty working all the time? There's books, there's YouTube, there's Google. Like, there's people that know these answers. And if you go out there and find the solution, you can share that with an audience that wants to know the same thing, right? So this is the stuff that you want to be thinking of when it comes to branding. You know, a lot of times it's very cliche, and it's like, I help mompreneurs, or I want to help stay-at-home moms. Like, I hear that one a lot. And it's like, but that's not all you can do. Like, that's just like one aspect of your life, okay? Yes, exactly, Bonnie. You want to stand out. Like, what can you do differently? I don't know anybody that's created a graphic marketing course, okay? I don't know. Maybe maybe people have, I'm sure graphic marketers have, but in our space, like people who want to, like I know so many people who don't want to create graphics, don't know how to create graphics. They want to know how to do it fast and simple and easy and not have to outsource. Do you like my half painted wall, by the way? We're doing wainscoting, just so you know. I know people like and the reason I created it was because when I first got started in this business, I couldn't afford outsourcing. Everybody's outsourcing now. Outsource. The new person coming in can't outsource, okay? They don't have the money to do that. And so for me, I didn't. So I found a way to get really good, really fast and without my non-income producing activities. And so now I can teach people how to do that. Because if you're not in a space where you can outsource, then you can get my product and I'll show you how to do it, right? So, oh, Maureen, thank you. His name's Dexter. He's named after the show. He looks like a serial killer, right? Yeah, I love him. He's super cute. So you want to just constantly be, okay, so write down like on that first page of your journal, like what is one thing that you are, and start brainstorming, like as a mom working in this business, like what do people struggle with? Yeah, he's a total sweetheart. It's just kind of, it was funny that we named him Dexter because he does not look like a serial killer at all. But we loved that show. So, so, you know, and, you know, for me, okay, I sing, right? Okay, what can I do to make this fun? Me singing makes me stand out because not too many people share that. Even if they do sing, they don't share it. I didn't really share it until now. So, you know, there's different apps. There's one called Smule, which you can actually go on and sing to like pre-recorded music, and it sounds pretty decent if you listen through headphones. So I can, you know, record videos from there, because you want to think of things that are engaging. Like what is going to engage and help people resonate with you, or just make people be drawn to you, right? There's another one called Dub Smash, Musically. Those are all really fun styled type music apps that I could use to create things to post to make it fun. I also play guitar. I think my next video I'll probably actually play and sing, because nobody knows that I play guitar. I haven't even really told anybody, and I haven't done a video playing yet. Nobody knows that I have albums that I've recorded in studios. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Spotify. Like, I don't share this stuff, but I am. And I have CDs that I could actually be giving away and sharing. And, you know, I don't know, when people buy my course, I'll give them a CD. I could do fun things like that, right? So you want to think of all that kind of stuff. If you love making jewelry, right? Like, start a shop, like start an Etsy shop, get on Shopify, like give away bracelets to your team members when they hit a certain rank. You know, there's all that kind of stuff that you can do. So, you know, I share old performances. You know, I can share when I'm in the studio. I'm starting to brainstorm, like I can start a separate YouTube channel for all my music. You have to start thinking of who you are and how you can get you out there, get visible. This is branding, not like what's my logo and my tagline and my mission statement. Okay. Like none of that matters. Like when people message me and say, what do you do? I'm just like, it totally tells me they did not like even take 2 seconds to look at my page, because if they looked at my page, they would know exactly what I do. So now I've had to start a new page being a diabetic. Okay, what am I doing? Well, I decided after a year and a half to get back into network marketing, because now I have a reason to, because I really wasn't passionate about anything in the space until now. So, so now this is a new thing that I'm getting a fresh start with this whole healthy living, healthy eating, clean eating. You know, I'm going to be able to find tons of things to get clean on, like removing toxins from the house and all kinds of stuff, right? So now I have to think, okay, healthy, fun eating, cooking healthy food that my kids will actually eat, right? People want to know that. Healthy baking, you know, for me, if I'm eating healthy, I want no hassle. I want like no hassle. I want to make it as affordable for people as possible, including myself. You know, meal prepping, I kind of hate, but I'm going to have to figure it out, right? Like this is a new page I'm going to have to keep adding ideas to. you know, I can share good, simple recipes. I could do like cooking in my kitchen. You know, one girl I saw, she does like meal prep Mondays. So cute, right? So I could, you know, even like finding sweets that people can actually eat and they're guilt-free. Like, here's a healthy sweet and it legitimately tastes good. Like, I hate when people make something and show me like, oh, this tastes really, really good. And I'm just like, no, dude, that is not good. Okay. So, so exactly, what kind of perfection? Yeah, Maureen, for sure. So, so this is a new thing. So what's going on in your world? Is there something new you need to add to your pages, right? Nobody knows that I crochet. I am an old lady at heart, okay? I love in the wintertime crocheting. I make scarves. I make over little thingies that you can wear. I make blankets. I make baby hats. I've done it. So can I do something with this? You know, do I know a lot of people that like to crochet? Should I start like a crochet group and share patterns? And, you know, how can you bring more people towards you? This is the question you need to be asking yourself. Like, what are things that you do, things that you love, and how can you get out there and get social with it? And then from there, can you monetize it? Could I monetize? Sure, I could make stuff and put it on Etsy, but I really just think I don't want to trade my time for money. I would rather like make a couple scarves and do a fun giveaway, you know, during the winter time or something. So, because those only take me like 30 minutes to make, so it's not a big deal. You know, spirituality, that was the other thing, right? So what are some things, does anybody want to come on and kind of share like your stuff? Because I know I'm just talking about my stuff just to give you ideas. But if you're married, relationship tips, people, how to get your husband or your wife to support you in the business, what happens when they don't, you know, secrets to long-lasting relationships. If you've been married 30 years, you probably have some tips for some people. Yeah, starting over later in life. Exactly. You know, for people that are older, like really speaking to people who, you know, really didn't get much out of their retirement that they expected to get. Things you do when you're single. Exactly, Bonnie. Like anything, who you are, you go out there and do that. That's why it's so important that you don't just copy people. And you don't, like, lately I've had a lot of people doing that too. Like, they'll literally just, you know, take the exact thing that I created and posted and they just like cut it and paste it. I'm like, okay, well, just share it. You know, that's cool. I kind of spent a lot of time on it. Or, you know, but more importantly, it's not you. It's not your voice, you know. It's not, if I find something that I resonate with, like, I just share it. I'm just like, dude, I have freaking smart friends. Look at how awesome, you know, my friend Ruby posted something cool the other day and I'm like, she's awesome. I love having smart friends. And not only is it cool to share it, because, you know, you're sharing the message, but it makes that person feel good, yo. It's going to make them feel so much better that you shared it than just being like, hey, I stole your post. I hope you don't mind. And it's like, yes, I mind. Like, what do you mean? Of course, anybody would mind. So let's see here. Are you guys, kids have left home now, so it's time for me and to become who you want to be. Exactly, Tracy. Exactly. Roberta, you're a reluctant caregiver for your mom, husband, and now sister who's learning how to make it fun. Yes. So anybody that's a caregiver, I know people that run daycares and they're like, I need to figure out how to run my business in the daycare. Go do some research. Google, YouTube. Google, YouTube. Okay. Those are your best friends. Go figure out who's doing it and who's doing it good, and then go teach that to your people. So what else do I have on here? I think that's all I had put so far. You know, then there's just mindset stuff, like teaching people good mindset. Oh my gosh, do people struggle with mindset? You know what I'm saying? You can talk about mindset for days, and that's just like general information for life. So I hope this is making sense. Do you guys have any questions? And seriously, does anybody want to come on here and talk? Because I'm all ears for what you guys are up to. What I'll do is, did you guys see the button that I shared? It should have the link to the brand builder. So I'm going to open that. I have it here. I can probably just share my screen so you guys can see it. And really, you don't have to print it out or anything. You can just write it in your brand in a little journal. So here I'll share. Can you guys see my screen okay? Awesome, Bonnie, that's good. This is what I want for you guys, because I think it just gets so complicated. And I'm like, stop worrying about your brand. Start worrying about, like, if you know who you are and you really focus on the things that you're good at and the skill sets that you have, then write that down and then start brainstorming ideas of, you know, what you can do with that information, right? How you can monetize that information. And this is why it's so important. Actually, I'm going to stop. Oh, I'm not going to. No, I don't want to stop the broadcast. Just kidding. This is why it's so important that, here, let me just show my face. Okay. It's so important that you understand what you're good at, because then that will tell you how you should be speaking to your audience. If you are not good at being on camera, don't freaking do videos, don't do webinars, because it's going to give off the wrong energy and people are not going to dig it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if you're just afraid to do it, but you know you're capable of doing it, that's a completely different thing. Get over your fear and get your butt on camera. But if you legitimately just know that you are deathly have no desire, don't do it. You know, for me, I'm a performer, I'm a singer, I don't have a problem being on camera. No problem. So I love being on camera. That's what I do. So I love this avenue for myself. I'm also a songwriter. So writing comes very natural to me. I can write stories. I can write emails. I can write blog posts. Am I the best of the best? I don't know. I just write what I want to write. And so it resonates with people who are interested in it, right? So I know for me, I like a lot of different aspects of communicating with my audience, but it always starts with one piece of content. You know, I'll do a live video, I upload it to my blog, I write it to my email list, and those are the things that I love to do. I love to connect with new people, write to my list, and create a piece of content every single day. That's what I do. So for you, maybe you're not, maybe you don't have a desire to write. Maybe that's just not your thing. You're not interested. Now, I used to think I would hate the writing aspect. Like, gosh, I don't want to write an email every day. It's like my favorite thing that I do now because I'm just having so much fun with it. So once you figure out what your skill set is, what you're really good at, you can then figure out, okay, do I want to have a YouTube channel or do I want to focus on blogging? Do I want to just focus on really building up my audience on social media first and then I'll figure out the rest, or what, right? There's all these different ways you can do it. So does that make sense? You guys get what I'm saying? Stephanie, once we've got this down and start making connections, relationships, how do I slide in my passion and introduce my affiliate marketing side of it? Simply talk about posts about it as we would like our other passions. Kind of. I mean, you don't slide your passion in, you just talk about the things you're passionate about. You know, I know a girl who loves pit bulls, so she posts about them all the time. She has them, she likes rescuing them, she likes doing things for them. Like what you post is, you know, remember, this is Facebook and this is all about getting social. So you have to let people into, you're basically like creating your own reality show on your timeline. So whatever you're already passionate about, just talk about that. I don't talk about crocheting and baking because I don't really do much of it right now. But if I do, I'll post about it because that's like, you know, what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting by the fire knitting a scarf or whatever, right? I would post about it if I did it, but that's not a priority in my life right now, even though I love doing it. I just don't do it right now. You know, right now my priority is my health. And so that's a new thing I'm going to be talking about. You guys are going to see me posting recipes and see me talking about, you know, see me making my transformation and losing weight and all this stuff, right? So that's my current situation. I always think, what's my current situation, right? And then that's what you can post about. Maureen, you love to write, don't mind a camera, tend to be a ham. So yeah, exactly. So ham it up, girl. And you got a cute blue hat on in your picture too. I like that. So does that make sense, Stephanie? You don't have to slide it in, just be you. Like, and this is what I really had a hard time with this. You know, because when I would post like things of me singing and stuff, I'm like, well, now what am I supposed to do? You know, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, people are just saying I'm great. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Like, now what? You know, now what is go post something about having a webinar because you just got 3,000 views on your video. So whatever you post next, Facebook's going to put up in that newsfeed and more people are going to see it. That's what. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what. Learn to leverage your posts. That's what you do with that. And then now you have more people engaging on your stuff and you can talk to them and start conversation and be like, you know, people will message me. Oh my gosh, that song. I love that song. Oh, me too, girl. You know, and now I have people messaging me, giving me song requests. Like, hey, girl, I really need to pick me up. Can you record this song? And I'm like, okay. So you get people like thinking about you. You want, like, when people are out and about and they see something, you want them to think, oh my gosh, you know, Bonnie would love that. Kelly would love that. Maureen totally loves glitter. She would love this. Like, they're thinking about you because your brand and your message is so prevalent in their mind that everywhere they go, they immediately just think like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, you know, I know someone that just loves blue hats, you know, whatever. So whatever it is, you have to get very bold and just not be afraid to be yourself. That's why I did that video yesterday too, by the way. That was my main objective with that video, was to tell people to get out there and share your messy story. Like, but in a way that you'll have a solution for people to bring people towards you, right? So you can help them, because that's what it's all about. Kelly, you are such an inspiration. I need to become more social and share on a bigger platform. Yes. Go big, sister. Go big. And Bonnie, you will get out there and do this. I know, girl. We're going to be doing it together. I'm excited. So I was going to show you my brand builder. Can you guys see my screen okay? I just need one person to say yes. Okay, cool. Here it is. Okay. So I'll just run through this because you can write all this stuff down in the journal, and I put the link so you guys could grab it and download it. But basically, marketing is all about preparing people to buy. It's much easier to prepare people who are already planning to buy it anyways. So if you know what you love, you know your passion, and you figure out different ways to put things in front of people to monetize it, like, for example, I love graphic marketing, or I love graphics. Okay, how can I make money doing this? Well, I can make graphics for people. That's a start. Or I can create ebooks for people. That would be another way. Or I can help people build their blogs if I wanted to. That would be another way. You just have to figure out what you want to do, right? And then put that in front of people. So here, what niche or markets are you currently in or interested in getting into? Now remember, you can have more than one stream of income. Like for me, I do affiliate marketing, now network marketing, now e-commerce I'm getting into. In like the one-on-one coaching and consulting. You know, if you're good at something, you can one-on-one coach and consult people on that. You know, like if you're good at, I don't know, if people want to learn how to make jewelry, if people want to learn whatever they want to learn. They want to learn, I don't know, give me some ideas. If they want to learn ways to cook healthy recipes in like 30 minutes or less, like you can create an ebook on that and like generate leads, right? Whatever your objective is, what are you looking to do? For me, I love list building. I want to have a big list, and I want to be able to give people a lot of cool, fun, valuable resources. Sometimes are free, sometimes they pay for them. But it's up to them ultimately if they get it or not. So figuring out what niche or markets you're currently in or interested in getting into, and then thinking, are you passionate about what message you deliver or you're about to deliver? You know, again, I didn't give two hoots about health and wellness until I became a diabetic. And then before that, I cared when I was trying to lose baby weight. That was it. Like, I've never cared outside of that. Now I care. I have a personal interest, right? So I'm super excited about it because I've been wanting to get healthy for a long time. I really have. It's just I mentally haven't been there. So when you get passionate, you operate on a completely different level. Your energy raises. I'm actually excited to like really get out and talk to people and just see what they're up to. you know, all that kind of stuff. You operate on a completely different playing field when you learn what you're passionate about and go out there and speak that. So think, what are the benefits of your product or service? List 10 to 20 you feel your customers or clients would resonate with. Now, you're not going to be talking about your benefits of the product or service because nobody cares so much about, I'm sorry, you're not going to talk about the features. So did I not put features on here? Maybe I did. I should probably add that. Like, what are the features? Think of the features so then you can think of the benefits. I'll have to add that. So think of the benefits and then talk about the benefits. And I think I can give you guys some examples. Let me just head over to Facebook here. Like this post, I literally wrote this to my list. Like I did, right? I literally wrote this to my list. Right here. I need to build my brand. Okay, let's build it. If you focus on the idea of branding and not a personal brand, you're constantly digging for the idea of what your brand should be versus what it actually is. I'm speaking into people's thought process. Like you always want to be speaking into the minds of what people are actually thinking. So when they read the post, it's not like I'm doing a webinar and you should come and like you're going to learn this, 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 and this. I write it more in a way to where people think, wow, I feel like she's talking to me, right? You want to do that with your posts and get more personal. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh my gosh, this group goes crazy. Where was that other one that I posted? Okay, this is me basically telling people I can help you build out a Shopify store. I have 90 days of training coming at you. Step by step, you're going to learn everything you need to know. But instead of me just saying that, I'm just telling people, look, there's tons of ways to make money online. If you hate doing all this stuff, don't do it. Learn to sell something that you love. This is what Shopify is all about. And I'm just speaking it in a way that lets people know there's just a simple way that you can do this. And I'm speaking in my own language and I'm not pitching. I'm just like saying, hey, if all that jazz is not something you're into, you just need someone to plug you into something else. And I'm like, that would be me, right? And I'm telling people, you know, if you want to try something more your speed, you know where to find me. I'll be over here doing it right alongside you. So this, hello, 89 likes, tons of people reacting like, oh my gosh, preach it. Yeah, well said, so true. Like people are thinking, oh my gosh, she gets me. Right? When you learn to get your audience and learn to speak to your audience. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm fantastic at this. Every now and then I get like, you know, I'll get a wild hair and want to write something like this, but practicing it makes you better and better at it. Right? So I'm not an expert at this in any way, but what I do know is social psychology is your best, the best thing that you can learn. Learning how to speak into people, is really, really cool. So does that make sense to all you peoples? And okay, cool. So let me go back to this page. So write out your benefits, 10 to 20 benefits of your product, and then thinking what pain, challenge, complaint, obstacle, or desire is your perfect person going through that you could speak to. And this is how you know, because you've gone through it. You've already gone. If you've ever gone, like always write, and this is why it's good for you to journal, like to write out like, okay, today I'm struggling with this. I'm having a hard time with this. I can't figure this out. I can't figure that out. Or I don't know how to do this. If you go find the solution, you now can speak about that pain to other people that are having the same problem, but they're just too lazy to go find the solution. So if you are the one that's not lazy and you go find the solution and then you say, hey guys, like last night, I didn't know this about Aweber, but Aweber, it's an autoresponder if you're writing to your list, by the way. Basically you pay for like, you'll start to pay more monthly for all the leads that you get, right? Well, they count unsubscribes as they still count them. Even though they unsubscribed, they're still sitting in your Aweber. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, I need to clean that out, because like now I'm just paying extra money for all these people that aren't even on my list. So, oh my gosh, Maureen, I don't know. Can I repeat learning to speak? Which part? What was I saying? I'm going too fast. Am I going too fast? I'm just excited. If you can elaborate a little bit more, that'd be great. Because I'm not sure what I was saying on that aspect. But I didn't know that about AWeber. So now that I know that, I could be like, hey, tip of the day. Did you know that like your unsubscribes, you're still paying for those? You might want to go sweepy. Unsubscribes, and what was the other thing that you, there was unsubscribes, and then, bounce backs, like people that you'll see like bounce back emails. Those will also count like to where you're paying, even though they're not really receiving the email. So go delete those, yo. Social psychology is learning to speak. Oh yeah, social psychology, it's just learning to speak, learning to know people, like what they're thinking, you know, and there's a lot of great books on that. Robert Cialdini, what is it? Influence, power of persuasion. Influence, power of persuasion. Let me see if I can, yeah, Robert Cialdini. That's a good book for social psychology, to really learn to, your biggest asset is understanding people, because what you want lies in people. You know, people are the ones that are going to buy your stuff. So if you understand more how people work and how they think, and you're able to really either make them feel something and, tug on their heartstrings, you'll get them to buy, because buying is a lot of times an emotional decision. So, if you learn to speak into people and not at people, that's the key. Yeah, I haven't really studied a lot of NLP, Kathy. I have a book on NLP. I don't know. NLP, it's neuro-linguistic programming. It's a way of doing it, but I just study more like general social psychology than I do like an actual formula to it. Like I just want to, I don't know. I haven't really done a lot of NLP, so I can't really say. I think there's more to NLP. But what else is there? John P. Maxwell has Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. I think that's what that book is called. It's on my list. I haven't read it, but that would be another good one to, learning how to communicate with people. That's like your main thing that you want to do every day, is just meet new people and breathe into them, share your message, share your story, share the things that you love and you're passionate about. The right people will come towards you. And that's something Diane always says, my mentor. You're a walking reward for 10,000 people. You're not looking for everybody. Not everybody's gonna join you. You're only looking for the people that are looking for you. So if you put your true authentic self out there and give value on those things that you're talented at, you're good at, you're skilled at, the right people, if you're connecting with enough people and just saying, hey, what's up? And like liking their stuff and showing, being a cheerleader for them, the right people will come towards you. You're not going to have to stress about prospecting. Like now it's fun. Like now for me, I get into people's inboxes and talk to them when I feel like it, when I want to. But a lot of times I'm just having conversations on their timeline. And if you look at yesterday's, there was all kinds of people responding on my video about, they're yelling at me. They're like, what do you mean you're not doing this and that? And, they're talking to me about all my stuff, and they're sharing their stories. Like they were sharing their actual stories on my story. And, that's like all rapport building. I don't have to be in people's inboxes all the time. And you can really just start to build those relationships, just being very present and creating posts that create culture and create conversation. Scott says, speaking to people is a concept that Doug Fireball likes to talk about. Okay, cool. I know him. I don't follow him much, but I know who he is. NLP is more of a self-development subconscious. Okay, that's what I was thinking too, Scott. It's, yeah, I know on YouTube, there's a lot of NLP videos for guys who pick up on chicks. Like they use NLP to do it. So I don't know. That can be kind of entertaining if you want to learn it that way. But thanks for clarifying that, because I haven't studied much of NLP, but yeah, it's really programming your own mind. That makes sense. So does this make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Do you feel like this is giving you more clarity on truly how you need to come about creating your brand? Good, Roberta. Just one of you? Yuppers, very helpful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How do I close that? And then do this. Oh, woo. Whoa, close up. It's a lot more than that. Tony Robbins is an NLP pioneer. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he, yeah, I can see that. Yes, cool, absolutely, awesome. So yeah, I want you guys to just take this, run with it. And then the other thing on this brand builder is that you got to think about where the top 10 to 20 leaders and companies in your niche, who are they? Because you can really, like, there's people out there who have already built your perfect audience for you. And it's not that you're trying to steal it, but you do want to tap into it because you know those people may resonate with you better than that person. And some of those people may resonate better with that person than you, but you're only looking for the people looking for you. So if you find people who've already spent the time to build the audience, then you can go in and start connecting. You know, if you see people that have highly engaged posts and things like that, you can go in and start connecting with those people. You know what I'm saying? And meeting new people that way. And then, you know, just take some time to describe if you're going to be doing like Facebook ads and stuff like that, you know, you can think of your perfect customer, age, location, gender, occupation. Like, I don't really get that detailed. You know, you can think about that stuff if you're doing e-commerce, running ads, things like that. You may want to tap more into that. But I'm not like let's build your avatar. Like I just want to help people who want to make money online, and, you know, men, women, some are going to resonate with me more than others, but that's just because, and I'll know who will, because I'm just putting myself out there as who I am. So I don't have to really focus so much on how old people are. I mean, you know, Roberta, you know, I work with Roberta a lot, and we're not close in age, you know, we're completely different generations, but she resonates with me, you know. So it's like, I don't really like to say, well, I only want to work with women who are moms that are this old and they live in this area. Like, I just put myself out there, connect with the people that I think I would want to connect with, and then the ones that want to connect back with me will connect back with me, and that's it. And then, you know, if they hop on my list, I'll share some resources, they'll get some free stuff, and then they may want to pick up something. I don't know. So that's how I do that. So I wanted to keep this simple. Does anybody want to, like, last call to hop on and share anything? You guys, I can share the stage so you guys can actually come on and talk and speak and, you know, ask questions or the thought, whatever you want to do. If not, just grab a journal and start mapping this stuff out. It'll give you a lot more clarity. So yeah. And then be sure to go to the offer section. There's a button there that will that you can download the brand builder as well. So cool guys. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope this was helpful. It seems like it really got some clarity for you guys. So yeah, go map it out. Share with me what you come up with. You know, feel free to, you know, when you have any aha moments or you feel like you've come up with something, You know, you can, you know, post and tag me in it or share it, message me, whatever you want to do. And I look forward to seeing what you guys create. So you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend. And next week, I'm probably going to be doing something more along the lines of creating the multiple streams of income and, you know, I'll probably be talking more about Shopify if you want to learn more about that. Because I really feel like it's something that a lot of people would benefit from. People who necessarily are just really shy and don't want to be this big brand personality. I'm going to go to the opposite end for all my introverted people who want to make money online, but just kind of want to do it like in the background, you know, or like on the down low. So I'll be probably talking more about something like that. So just be on the lookout for the next webinar, and I'll see you guys then. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.